Hi, welcome to Getting Healthy with Sherry. I am Sherry, and I live in the Great Northwest, Seattle, Washington, and today we're going to make pasta with marinara sauce. I'm making organic pasta and organic tomato marinara sauce. Got it at Costco, so it's very affordable. These for less than $10, and this can feed a family of 4, or if there's 2 of you, it's at least 2 meals. If there's 3 of you, it can still be 2 meals, depending on if you want to make a salad or anything else to kind of supplement, which we will. We'll definitely make a salad, so this will go farther. And this came to 2 of them for like $6, and it's organic. And it's really good because it's heirloom tomatoes versus like the regular tomatoes that you use. This is basically the original tomatoes. These are the ones that kind of look funky in the grocery store, that look like they're all knotted up and everything like that, and you're not quite sure what they are because they come in purple and yellow and green and red and orange, but they're all heirloom. They're good. Like every single one of them has a sweetness to it, and they're just really good, as opposed to like the regular round tomatoes that you see. If we had samples I can show you, but I don't, but that's what we got. So you want to look for pasta, at least for me, what is made from the semolina flour. This is from Italy. You can get homegrown, meaning American, as well for the semolina, but the reason why you want the semolina, not like the regular all-purpose flour or something like that, this is higher in protein, so it gives you a little bit. So if you want to keep it vegetarian, this is perfect as far as being able to do that. And then in your salad, you can add nuts, maybe some cheese to kind of give it some more protein. But the semolina versus the all-purpose flour and those kind of things is higher. So if you want to keep it, like I said, low in fat as well, this is the best way of doing it. Plus it's lower in carbohydrates than regular pasta, or like the white floured pasta. Do whole wheat. It's really easy to make, which we can definitely do that the next time. It's not scary. Pasta is actually extremely easy. So next time we can do that, as well as make our own marinara sauce. But right now we're just boiling the water. I like to salt it beforehand, and then also right when it starts to boil, I add some more salt, because this is the only seasoning that your pasta is going to get. As far as obviously the sauce and things like that will have the seasons and the herbs and spices and whatnot. But for your pasta, to kind of add a little bit more flavor, otherwise you're going to put something bland against something that's not. And so you really want to salt your water, probably more so than you think that you need to. Just kind of add a lot, but not a lot, but just enough where it's the
How much salt?
Well, depending on your pot, I would do like a teaspoon. Like I wouldn't even measure it. I just basically put it on, and then I usually do it beforehand, and then once it boils again, I throw in a little bit more, and then I add the pasta. I don't rinse my pasta once I drain it, and then that way, it's kind of like a potato. A potato needs more salt. So when you make mashed potatoes, you have to add more salt than you would say a piece of meat. Only because a potato takes a little bit more to bring it up, bring out the flavor of the potato. Where a piece of meat, you can do a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, or whatever you want on it, and the flavor of the meat's there because it's just enough. Where a potato, you add a little bit more than you normally would. So same thing with the salt water, as far as my preference. I've never over-salted anything as far as as far as I know. I mean, most people never say that my food is salty, so just something I've always done. And then what I like to do with my sauces, if I'm going to buy pre-made, is I like to kick it up. If it's not spicy, I like spicy. I put like red pepper flakes in it, or I'll even throw in dried jalapenos. Now I realize that's something Mexican to something Italian, but if you chop them up and, let me find them, sorry. Jalapenos, these are dried. I love these, are freeze dried. So you don't have to put them in water or anything like that. It's just basically it's almost like using a fresh jalapeno. Just cut them up. It's almost the same thing as using the red pepper flake. And this gives it a nice little kick. And so when you put like the Parmesan or things like that on your pasta, then it just kind of livens it up. Also, I like to add fresh basil if I have it, even though, let's say I get a sauce that already has basil, I like to add a little bit more. Sometimes I'll put in some more garlic. It just depends on, you know, what flavor that I'm looking for, that I'll sometimes do that as well. So, yeah.
And what are you doing now?
I'm adding more salt because it's starting to boil. And if I was more prepared, we'd have like a half a pound of meat that I would have browned with garlic and some spices, salt, pepper, obviously, and I would have added that to the sauce. And we call that a bolognese sauce. This only needs about 8 minutes, and it's al dente, which means to the tooth, and then it'll be done. Just give that a quick stir. Now you notice I have not put any oil in that. It's because you don't need to. Your pasta is not going to stick, whether it's this kind, whether it's spaghetti, whether it's fettuccine or anything like that. As long as your pot of water is boiling and you add it in there, you should not need any oil. If you want to add it like once you've drained it, just to keep it from sticking after that, that's perfectly fine. You don't need a lot, just need to toss it in there. I like to use garlic oil, so you can make that yourself. What you do is, you know, I don't know if you've ever been to like the craft stores or Bed Bath & Beyond or Williams-Sonoma or Sur La Table. They always have like these bottles that have like a little spigot that you put your oil in, or your balsamic. So I get Costco size and I add fresh garlic in there, and I usually leave it in for about a week or so, and it gives it, and it fuses in there. And then you take out the garlic, because if you leave it in there, then bacteria starts to grow and things like that. You just want to leave it in there long enough where it gives it that flavor. Sometimes I'll even add like red pepper flakes, which you can leave in there because it won't do anything to it. And so now then you have a spicy garlic oil that you can saute chicken with, you can saute your vegetables with, and you can also give a little bit more flavor to your pasta after you've drained it, toss it in the bowl, and then add your sauce. So it kind of gives it a nice little layer to it. So we'll just let that. And then I always like to set the timer, only because when you talk, or you're talking with your friends and you're having a party or stuff like that, and people are over, you might accidentally forget, and you don't want to overcook your pasta. As Julia Child said, a little for me, a little for the pot. That means the wine. Add the sauce once I drain it to the pasta. And then it will only take maybe 3 minutes, 5 minutes to warm up. And we are done. I'll taste it. That is definitely done. Put it on there and just warm it. Now, Peter, do you like things spicy?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I won't make it too spicy for us, but I will definitely add a little bit. This is a really good sauce. I like to crush them up just a little bit, kind of bring out the oils that are naturally in there. You can always add more. I'm gonna add. So basically, if we had some capers, this would be a puttanesca sauce, which basically I think what it means is prostitute in Italian, but yeah, I guess because it's spicy. But yeah, if we had some capers, this would be a puttanesca sauce. And then I will just, so I don't put any water on the floor. Oops. And we spill, but that's okay. No worries. And I can always add more sauce if we need. But this will only take a few minutes. And actually, I think I'm going to use a smaller bowl. And I honestly think you can make even desserts, if you make them yourself, you can make them healthy. You can add flaxseed, you can add chia seeds, oat flour instead of using just all-purpose. There's things that you can do that can make your favorite dessert a lot healthier, and we can definitely do that in the next time. Basically, I'm going to show you a regular recipe, and I'm going to make it healthy for you by changing just a few ingredients with little to no extra money, and how easy it is and how flavorful and just as tasty as the original one. And we are done. Dinner is ready. Delicious.